Hello, we welcome you to a live broadcast. Today, we want to discuss Church of Nigeria mission. Today is Ajayi Crowder's Day in Church of Nigeria. Hello, friends. We welcome everyone to our live broadcast again today. We are coming live on Facebook because today is a very remarkable day in Church of Nigeria. It's tagged Bishop Ajayi Crowder's Day. CON mission is our topic. We are discussing the mission of Church of Nigeria and how Church of Nigeria have made impact around the world about mission. And today we want to talk about mission and what mission is. The heartbeat of the church is actually mission. Mission is the main focus point of Christ building his church here on earth. Mission is all about somebody who have decided to go to a place where the people are in dark. This is my own definition of mission, to bring the light to them. And in Church of Nigeria, there are few church fathers that must be remembered. Like today is Ajayi Crowder's Day. We cannot overemphasize on Bishop Ajayi Crowder's effort to bring the gospel to the hinterland or to bring the gospel to us. We cannot overemphasize that. It is very obvious that Bishop Ajayi Crowder did make some significant impact in our church. But he is not the only one who made an impact. In today's topic, I will be talking about another father of faith who may be forgotten by us, but we should sometime remember these fathers who made significant contributions to mission. And I'm not discussing any other person than Bishop Ajayi Crowder's effort is known already. It's been spoken, but I'm going to talk about it. Talking about J.A. Onyemerukwe, Bishop Jonathan Arinze Chukwu, J.A. Onyemerukwe, Bishop Jonathan Arinze Chukwu Onyemerukwe. I'm also going to talk about Bishop Nwankete. Bishop Nwankete is another person that we will be discussing today, and their significant impact in our mission. But before we do that, CON as a church have been a church of mission. There is nothing this church talks about if not mission. It's evangelical, it's an evangelical church. It's a church that is built on promoting the gospel. If you are in CON and you are not doing anything that is promoting the gospel, CON is a church that talks about promotion of the gospel. The reason for this broadcast is because today is Ajayi Crowder's day, a day marked out by CON to discuss the efforts of Ajayi Crowder. But in the same vein, I also want to remember some of our church fathers, church leaders who have made significant impact in our mission. And that's why I want to talk about Bishop Onyemerukwe, Bishop Nwankete, and subsequently we will take some of them, some of our church fathers, and discuss their role and their effort to church mission. But before we go that route, we will want to talk about mission on its own. What is mission? Mission is when you have decided to take the gospel to a place where the gospel have not reached, or the gospel have reached there, but the people are still in the dark about the gospel. They really don't know what the gospel is all about. So this is mission. As a missionary myself, a lot of people don't know that I am a missionary, despite that I live in the US. Before coming to the US, it will interest you to know that my life is a life of mission. I started my ministry as a pure missionary. I have lived in a mission field where there is no water where there is no light, a community where there is no road. You know, my story will encourage somebody today. You see, if you serve God faithfully, He will surely bless you. Let me tell and shock someone listening to me today. I have lived in a mud house in this church walk. I have lived in a community where there is no road, no vehicle had ever been to the community, no light, nothing. I've lived in a community where we could barely see 5 people in my church. But to the glory of God, we did not relent in preaching the gospel. We did not relent in doing the right thing or going to take the gospel to the people. So church work is actually difficult when when mission is involved, when mission field is involved. But I want to tell you, nobody has ever been to mission field and not been blessed. God is a rewarder of those who serve Him. Let me tell you, brothers, nobody that serves God will not be rewarded. He rewards everyone that serves Him. So today we are talking about mission because mission is actually the heartbeat of the church. You cannot talk about mission when you don't talk about God. God is mission. So I will begin with American mission because I get a lot of requests. Oh, I want to come and work with you guys in America. I want to come and work with you guys in America. So from American mission, we'll get to Ajayi Crowder's mission, get to J.O. Onyemerukwe and Nwanketi's mission. That will be the focus point of our conversation today. So you are free to join live, share the video, invite your friends. Let's have a conversation. And if you also want to be part of the broadcast, you can, if you send a DM me, or you can request to, I can send a request for those who want to make their own contribution. Maybe you know more about these bishops that I have mentioned and you want to make your own contribution. So today, Connam, the Church of Nigerian Mission in America is called Connam. And that Connam means Church of Nigeria Mission in North America. So here, America is actually a developed nation. Especially for those of us who live in big cities like New York. It's well developed. Everything is open. Things are moving fine. The government works. Life is a lot easier. But I want to tell you, when it comes to the mission of the church, America is still behind. America has fallen back, that a lot of people don't know that people don't go to church that much here in America. People don't really care much about religion. And so doing church work in America, it makes it very difficult. It makes it very, very hard for people to come here and establish a church. You will need to finance it, and financing gospel in America is very difficult. It's such a difficult thing. So get it that, okay, nobody's going to support it. So most clergy who work here, they do other jobs. We all do other jobs to support our mission. So if you want to ask me who is the real missionary, it is clergy working in America, because 80 to 90% of these our brothers are working here without any form of pay, without any form of financial assistance. Some of them will even use their own money to sponsor the church. Yes, I'm telling you, some of them will work or 2 shifts so that they will use 1 shift to sustain the church. This is the mission we are doing here in America. So CON is in America, but not really committing that much. CON is not really committing finances in American mission that much. Even though some dioceses like Diocese of Lagos West and some dioceses have at one point come in to assist the clergy here in America. But for mission's sake, I will give it to clergy. And most of these clergy that are working around here, they came in on their own. Most of these clergy came in not because the church sponsored them. Some of us got visa and we came to America for other purposes. But because we are clergy, we found ourselves being useful to the church and being part of the contribution to make the gospel move. So clergy in America are doing very well. But if you want to join the mission in America, it's okay to join the mission, But bear in mind, there's no system like the Nigerian system where a bishop will pay you at the end of the month, or where a church, so most churches will hire you and they won't pay you, but you'll be answering, you will have the name rector. So this is mission, where we have to go to people and call people on the phone, look for membership every day. People don't know that that's how mission works here in America. So mission in America is actually something we will all put hands together to encourage. Keep praying for brothers, clergy, here, bishops here. In fact, it's in America that bishops do other jobs too to sustain the mission. So pray for us. It is not easy to be a missionary. Whether in Nigeria or in America or anywhere, CON have been in the habit of mission. The Church of Nigeria have produced clergy whose heart goes for mission. I mean, Church of Nigeria is one church that I will love forever, because we are in mission in Cameroon, we are in mission in Togo, we are in mission in Sierra Leone, we are in mission, it's not just America, we are in mission in America, we are in mission in several parts of Africa and even Asia. So Church of Nigeria is a church built on mission. But brothers, it is difficult to do mission. Let's be honest to ourselves. So American mission is nice. It's okay to be part of our team here. But if you want to be part of our team, be prepared that you will also do other jobs, including jobs that are not worthy of mentioning. So, but do people survive it? Yes. Are we doing the work? Yes. Do we have Nigerians happy? Are we putting people together here in America for mission? We are really doing great here in America by spreading the gospel. But again, as Connam, our duty is always our target, but not our main focus, is always to keep our people intact, so that the infiltrated wrong gospel that has crept into this nation will not also overtake our people. When I mean that is, Church of Nigeria and the Ekusa, which is the Episcopal Church, we used to be one until they openly consecrated a gay bishop, and because of the open confession of a gay bishop, we walked away. So today, we have established a very large mission. We're in California, we're in New York, we're in Pennsylvania, we're in North Carolina, we're in Georgia, we're in Atlanta, name it. We're in Indianapolis, we're in Canada, in all the 10 states of Canada. Are we not doing great? Church of Nigeria today is a missionary day. We are talking about Ajayi Crowder. But in talking of Ajayi Crowder, we should also remember that there are still people doing the work now, and we should continue to pray for them. So that is about our mission in America. So if you are a clergyman or a church worker trying to come over to America, is nice. But remember, one of the greatest challenge this mission has is the immigration process. So if you are coming into America to do mission, remember that you will have to go through immigration process to get yourself regularized in the country. So it is not easy to send clergy from Nigeria to come do mission in America. It takes up to 4 to 5 years, even 6 years. And it also takes a church that is established to hire a priest or sponsor a priest to come work in America. I'll be open to take questions about American mission. If you want to discuss about American mission, possibilities of working in America, the possibilities are there. So do we have clergy who wants to work here? Yes, a lot. I get a lot of that message. Who wants to do mission? But like I said, I must warn, nobody is being paid, at least in Connam for now. If there are people that are paid, it's just a very few number of us that are being paid. But are we doing the work? Yes. And we want to thank our primates. The current primates have done greatly in this mission field. The Most Reverend Dr. Henry Ndokoba. Prior to his coming on board, I was doing mission here. I was here when Archbishop Oko was the Archbishop. He also did well. Due respect to him, he did very well. But we used to have a very big challenge. What was our challenge? Our challenge was that we had 3 dioceses in America at that time. created by CON. So in these three dioceses was Diocese of the West, Anglican Missionary Diocese of the West, Anglican Missionary Diocese of Trinity, of the Trinity, and Anglican Diocese of the one Bishop Dobbs was the bishop. The diocese collapsed like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. If you know the name, type it down below. I just forgot the name. But Bishop Dobbs was the bishop of that diocese. So now, but like I'm saying, Bishop Dobbs and his diocese collapsed, but CON was here, but it was a mess. Because if you come in a particular community, you will discover that you will have the three dioceses, like I live in the Bronx. There were three archdeaconries in the Bronx, and the three archdeaconries had three churches belonging to different dioceses, but still of the same Church of Nigeria. The war was too much. The battle was so hard, so that we were fighting each other, and yet we are all Church of Nigeria. You understand what I mean? We are all Church of Nigeria fighting each other in America, because people from Diocese of the West will say, come to our church. People from Diocese of Trinity will say, oh, come to us. And those from Bishop Dobbs' diocese, Diocese of... I forgot the name. It's a very, I don't know why I forgot it now. They will also come to us. And in the Bronx, we had three archdeacons from the same Church of Nigeria, from three dioceses in the same community, in the same town. So when the primate came on board, one of the great things he did as a missionary was to introduce the idea of boundary, geographical location. When that didn't work, we went on to the idea of having a mission center. Now, we don't have dioceses in America anymore. We don't have the structure of dioceses. We don't have the structure of bishops. What the structure we are now operating is mission. Plant your church, bring members, preach the gospel, and do the work. We have bishops currently in America. We have about few bishops here in America doing the work. They are there to provide us with the services of confirmation and knighthood, investiture, and all of that. So these bishops are here working as missionary bishops. So we are missionaries in Connam. So having talked about Connam and our mission in Connam, let's go drive straight into Ajayi Crowther, which it is his day. Bishop Ajayi Crowther did very well. He was a slave boy, we all read in church history, who was dropped in Sierra Leone. And Connam West, thank you, Roland. Thank you for that, for reminding me that. Connam West. Thank you, Roland. I don't know. Connam East, Connam West, and ADOTT, Anglican Diocese of the Trinity, was the three dioceses we had. Thank you for reminding me. So, like I mentioned, people, we had this Ajayi crowd that come to us with the gospel in Igbo land. And today is set apart to be his day, a day set apart to celebrate him. So, but having said that, we also had some church fathers that was worthy of mentioning their effort in mission. And I said the first one I want to talk about again today, so that we don't just celebrate Ajayi Crowther and forgetting that there were those who also stood. So we will talk about J.O. Onyemerukwe. And before J.O. Onyemerukwe, this is our indigenous bishops now. When our people started having bishops, we had Uzodike. Bishop Uzodike was the first bishop, black bishop on the Niger. But today we are talking about Jonathan Arinze Chukwu Onyemerukwe. He was the bishop on the Niger under the Church of Nigeria. He served as a dynamic and respected leader, playing a significant role in development and growth of the diocese. His main focus was mission, church planting, education, and he had value and great respect for welfare of the church workers. This is where I will learn to talk a little, to make some exposés on welfare on church workers. People of God, one of the things that kill mission is when the missionary is not sponsored. When you have unsponsored missionaries, that means when you have clergy that you don't pay, you have clergymen working but they don't receive pay. These clergymen, like we have in CON today, a lot of dioceses are falling short of this. So clergymen go hungry, clergymen don't have food, clergymen don't have social amenities. They can't afford to send their children to school. They can't afford to pay rent. They can't afford to service their car. So they go begging. They beg. Once a clergyman is a beggar, his mission is destroyed. So we have to look into the idea of sponsoring our missionaries. Very important. When the white men sent Bishop Ajayi Crowther, he was sponsored. He was seriously sponsored from England. This is why we could have DMJS built in Onitsha. We had Christ Church Onitsha. We had one in Borno. We had these churches. The men who worked for them were taken care of. So the idea of having missionaries and not sponsoring the missionaries is a problem. We must revert to the idea of sponsoring priests. You know, I will always quote late Bishop Maxwell Anikwenwa, who will always say that a priest without a car is a crippled priest. So nowadays, priests don't, most dioceses, their priests don't even see a car, let alone a bicycle. And in this church work, you need these things. You need basic social amenities that when you are sick, you can be able to pay for hospital bill. It's appalling because in most cases, you go to some of our people and you discover that their clergy live without food. I was a missionary, so I'm telling you, several times I slept without food. Yeah? I slept without water as a missionary. And you are doing a work, you are preaching the gospel. I know as I'm speaking now, there are still many people in mission field without sponsorship. So the church, if you are sending people on mission, make provision to sponsor mission. Mission needs money. So, and as a church member, and you can't go to mission, you can also contribute by sponsoring somebody in mission, by helping a missionary, by helping that church teacher who is in a local church, by helping that pastor who is in a local church that you know. We must not leave everything for the diocese as well, but the dioceses must also do well to help sponsor our people. So this Jonathan Onyemerukwe lived around Onitsha. He completed the cathedral that was started by J.C. Patterson. Bishop Uzodike contributed in building the cathedral, and J.O. Onyemerukwe completed the cathedral. That's cathedral in my lifetime. That is the All Saints Cathedral on Nature, the pride of our mission in Southeast. Yes, so J.O. Onyemerukwe's mission should be remembered too. So I will also ask maybe the dioceses will create some churches in the names of these church fathers. There's nothing wrong if we say Bishop Onyemerukwe's Memorial Church. There's nothing wrong if we name some parishes Bishop Uzodike's Memorial Church. We must not name St. John, St. Timothy all the time. Sometimes we should also name Bishop Mwanketi's Memorial Church, because this is our forefathers who worked hard, our heroes, those who stood firm for the gospel. So he was educated, and part of his mission, he was interested in health care and social services, reaffirming mission to the people. Bishop Onyemerukwe's leadership, dedication to the diocese, imparted the Church of Nigeria. At one point, he became the Archbishop of Province 2. So he was that bishop that was born on March 18, 1930. John Onyemerukwe was born March 18, 1930. Consecrated bishop 1975. And he served as the bishop of diocese on the Niger till 1998. He was the bishop on the Niger till 1998 when Bishop Ken Okeke took over from him. I think he passed on somewhere around 19, around 20, either 2014 or something. I'm not too sure of the date when he passed on. No, he passed on 14th, 2011. I think he died 2011. So J. Onyemerukwe, today as we talk about mission, we are not forgetting to discuss J. Onyemerukwe, a man filled with passion for the gospel. His legacy includes standing firm for the gospel, confronting evil, bringing discipline in the church. He was a high disciplinarian, and his mission saw the building of so many structures in diocese on the Niger. Many schools were established during his time. So he is one of those fathers that we will remember in a day like this as we talk about Ajayi Crowther. We will not also forget to mention Bishop Benjamin Nwankete, Archbishop Benjamin Nwankete. He was also an extreme leader. He took over from Bishop Koki, a white bishop. So we are discussing these two bishops because they worked during their time. I think they were almost pairs, because this one was in Owerri while the other one was at Onitsha. So Benjamin Nwankete was born on June 10th, 1914. So he also was the chaplain to Bishop Koki and Bishop Patterson, and later became the Bishop of Owerri, and established so many churches. He did mission. During his leadership, there were so many churches around his diocese. He planted so many churches were planted under his leadership. So he was also a high disciplinarian, somebody who was loved by his people, even though he had some challenges. Like there's nothing happening today that has not happened before in the church. Some of these are for our fathers also had their own challenge. They had their own challenge at one point. They were also mistreated. Then Nwankete had one challenge, I think with Ebu area, but he overcame the challenge. Jonathan Onyemerukwe also had challenge when he was retiring. So church work is always filled with challenges. So for us Christians today, as we remember mission, it is my duty to encourage our church members to support our pastors, support our clergy, support clergymen. Clergymen need support, both financial support, both material support, both spiritual support. Pray for them. It is not easy to be a clergyman. Trust me, you don't have privacy. You don't have personal life. You're always in the public. Your life is always being discussed by others. You are always blamed for what you didn't do right. A lot of times when you do the right thing, people don't even see the right in you. All they see is the wrong. So as church members, I want to encourage Anglicans to support their clergy, support missionaries, support their work. It is important to do that. But again, there's something I also want to discuss that is also affecting the church seriously today. There's something affecting the church seriously. There's nothing wrong for someone to be a bishop. There's nothing wrong for you to desire to be a bishop. In fact, the Bible says that he that desires to be a bishop desires a good thing and will obtain favor of the Lord. But in recent times, we have discovered that there is wrong notion about bishop's election. You see, when a clergyman is doing good work, when a clergyman is preaching the gospel, when a clergyman is showcasing his talents, when a clergyman is showing his effort, his prowess, his intelligence, his knowledge about the church, there's always this bully attack that he's seeking to be a bishop. And for this reason, so many talented, well-spoken clergymen are now hiding. They are now hiding. Nobody will say it, but I'm saying it. So many talented clergy are now hiding their talents. Why? Because they are being bullied of senior clergy I'm talking about. Oh, you are doing this because you want to be a bishop. My people. And I ask, is there anything wrong in somebody being a bishop? Why is it that once a clergyman starts showing his mission, his life, start living his life as an ordinary priest who wants to do exploits in his time, who has passion for the gospel, the next thing you hear is he is seeking to be a bishop. That's why he's doing this. And I ask, is the only thing we do in Church of Nigeria being bishops? Is our mission unto being bishops? Ajayi Crowther was made bishop because of his effort to his people. So there's nothing wrong if a clergyman works hard and he's finally elected a bishop. And nobody wants to talk about it, because once you talk about it, they say, don't talk about bishops. You are talking about bishops as though being a bishop has become a crime. So please, let's not cause clergymen pain. Let's not cause clergy that are qualified to be bishop. If you are qualified to be bishop and you are doing your work and somebody is bullying you with the word, you want to be bishop, that's why you are doing this. My brother, ignore the person and do the work. The purpose of the calling is to preach the gospel. Shine if you can shine. Do the thing. See, let me tell someone, you can be relevant, very relevant in this ministry without being a bishop. Oh, yes. You can be very happy. You can make yourself very comfortable without being a bishop. So the idea of lay people bullying clergy that they are working hard so because they want to be bishop, or clergy bullying clergy because they are working hard because they want to be bishop, or even bishops bullying clergy by saying, oh, you are doing these things because you want to be bishop. My question today is being a bishop, is it a crime? Has it become a crime? Bishops are those who qualify to be bishops, will be bishops. So, and again, the idea of bullying people, talking down on people, have also driven clergymen into hiding. In fact, let me tell you what happened. I was talking with one of the radio broadcasters in our church in Nigeria, and the guy said to me that they no longer get enough sales, because if a clergyman comes to their TV program, the next thing you will hear is, oh, he's going to a TV program because he wants to be a bishop. And so because of that, it's affecting clergy. Most clergy don't want to. They don't seek like showing up again. And those who have talent, brothers, I want to tell you, show your talent. Keep doing your work. Don't be discouraged because somebody said you want to be bishop and you are hiding. And the grace of God in your life is hidden. You are hiding what God has put in you. That will not make sense. Create platforms where you will talk about yourself, talk about the gospel, talk about the church, promote the gospel. That is why we are called clergymen. And so in today's broadcast, we are using the day the church is remembering Ajayi Crowther to address certain issues in our mission. Like I said, CON have done very well in mission. CON have been in mission in so many countries, in countries like Togo, Senegal, Ghana, Cameroon, Sierra Leone. We are doing mission, and there are pastors in all over these countries I have mentioned now. Qatar, we are in Qatar, we are in London, we are in the UK, we are in Netherlands. We are spread all over the world from CON doing church mission. So God bless all the missionaries all over the world. Keep winning for Christ. Keep winning for Christ. For those in Nigeria, there are priests working in the north where life is very difficult. There are priests working in the east, missionary parishes, where they hardly find food and their children cannot even afford 3 square meals nor go to good schools. Today, we give shout out to them. We pray that God will encourage such clergy and such families that are doing this missionary work wherever. I'm talking because I have passion. I've been in mission. Somebody will not say, are you talking from a point of what you don't know? I'm speaking from a place of knowledge. For somebody who has been in mission for 8 years, I am talking as a passionate missioner. I'm talking as a passionate church planter. I'm talking as a passionate Christian who sees that the only reason for our church to grow is through mission. The church cannot do well if we don't do mission. So let's stop the idea of bullying people. When you see a missionary, you say he's doing things because he wants to be bishop. So many archdeacons have now gone into hiding. Many canons don't want to show up their talents again, because if they do, they say, oh, they are struggling to be bishops. And many that have grace to do certain things have stopped doing it because people are saying, oh, they are showing off their talent. My brother, show up your talent. Don't hide the grace of God in your life. Thank you for those who joined us. Now we want to take and see if there are questions. Let's see if there are contributions. You can make contributions. You can ask questions here. I'm watching to see the missionary diocese of the Trinity. Okay, we have talked about that. Okay, there are no contributions. Roland, thank you. Ezegisi Chinedu, thank you, my brother. Glory to God for the gift of these fathers of faith. Thank you. We thank God for them. Onye Merukwe, Nwankete, Ajayi Crowder, those we took today. Next time we are going to take Olufasoye, Akiola, and Deoko will be the next people we are going to discuss about their mission and contribution to church mission. So, since there are no questions, there are no comments, we may be planning to end the live now. Let's give a few seconds to see if anybody has anything to say. And if not, we will end the live section. And God bless you. Thank you for being part of today's broadcast. Thank you, and God bless you.